Welcome back to another episode of the Ark Survival Guide. We just finished getting plant species X seeds out of the jungle here. We've been searching for quite a while. We flew all the way down the coast from Viking Bay, and we finally found that little thicket that has plant species X seeds in it. So you can see up here at the top of the waterfalls I'm flying over is where we found it, in case you missed the last episode, episode 34. And that's going to be where you can actually see the location for it. But you can actually make it up here on foot. You don't necessarily have to have a flying dinosaur. But if you're looking for it, look for this little crescent bay. It's a small beach here with these twin waterfalls and those nice sloping green rocks. It's beautiful scenery. I love it. I want a beach house there. Might have to do that later on when we have some more time. But for now, I am going to make the return journey. Now that we have these plant species X seeds, we've got to get home safely. And once again, if you've missed any of our other episodes, to fly on a pteranodon, the main important thing is just balancing between sprinting and flying normally. Oh, and here's a Doedicurus. I'm going to see if I can see if that's a female or not. I'm going to pull out my telescope here, and that's a male. That's a bummer. Well, yeah, I want to get a female at some point, but I'm going to tease this guy a little bit, see if I can get him to come down the coast. Yeah, they're so slow they just can't even hit you when you're on a pteranodon. I'm just going to get him to chase me a little bit further down the coast because, I'd hate for something to kill him. I might try to tame him later on, but I won't waste too much time right now. So if there's a dinosaur that I really want, a lot of times I'll try to get it to follow me all the way down to the beach because that reduces its chance of getting killed by a predator. Predators tend to be further up from the beach, and that's where you usually see your Rexes, Allosaurs, Carnotaurs, and all the really nasty things. This is another beautiful waterfall. I have a feeling there's probably a cave back behind there. I might have to check that out later. We'll see. But this is another really cool spot here. Oh yeah, we got some dolphins in the water. Just buzzed around here real quick, and I actually really like this as a potential base spot. There's a lot of things in the water. We got some sharks, dolphins, all that good stuff. But you can see this water is so shallow. It's like barely deep enough to swim in, which is perfect for parking a floating fortress that I don't want whales to swim up to. So this might actually be a really nice place for me to park my floating fortress more permanently, because I don't always feel super safe even in somewhat shallow beaches. So I am still balancing out. You can see on the top right I've got my stamina bar just below my health bar on my pteranodon, and I've got to keep flying and then resting to recharge. Now this is cool. This is like a nice ruined church up on top of this mountain, and there's supply crates. Cool. Yeah, this is actually a really cool spot, too. Might have to rebuild the church sometime. But for now, let's see. We got some spears in here. That's not too bad. I still can carry them, which means I don't have too much weight on this guy. So I'm going to check this out. We have this nice green pillar of light, and that's going to be a supply crate. And these can sometimes have pretty decent stuff in them. It's probably not going to be anything spectacular, just being green quality, but I will still check it out. So the supply crates range in quality. Oh, nice. So it's a saddle for something that's not super helpful, but, it's something. And it's a much higher quality saddle than you can make yourself. So I'm going to keep flying around here, and just as a reference, the loot supply crates, those things can drop with different colors. If it's white, it's pretty much worthless. You won't get much good out of it. I don't even usually bother with those. The green ones are a little bit better and have some decent quality stuff. They're worth checking out. Blue ones usually have pretty good materials in them. And purple, definitely go for purple if it's at all possible, because those have some really nice stuff in them. Yellow is even better, and then red is going to be the best stuff you can find. So you can oftentimes get things that you won't be able to craft for quite a few levels. This is a pretty nice beach down here, but I'm seeing some allosaurs and, it's a little bit dangerous down there in the water. When you see really blue lakes like that, you oftentimes find beavers in them. They seem to really like the nice clean blue water. But didn't see any up there. Oh, we got some huge crystal down here. I'll have to come back here if I ever need crystal. I'm flying a little bit inland, and we got some raptors up here on the top, but this is a cool ruin going down below this waterfall. Man, I really like this. I think I can see a Doedicurus back there, too. Might have to check that out in a minute. But before I do anything, I'm going to recharge my stamina and see if I can get those raptors to go away. Because, nobody likes those guys. So I have a really great trick for dealing with dinosaurs. If you have carnivores on top of a cliff, you just hover right off of them and whoa, there he goes. Yeah, you missed. Totally missed. So, if you're a fan of Jurassic Park, you'll know that raptors are incredibly smart on Jurassic Park. But these guys, that is not a clever girl. Oh, that's a lot of metal there. So I've seen some really dumb raptors. They will chase you right off of a cliff. I had a raptor once stand in my campfire and almost burn to death. I moved him out just in time. Oh, this is cool. I'm gonna have to check this out. I had another raptor drown while he was standing under the raft. He just got stuck and drowned because they're just not so smart. So I'm actually gonna skip a little bit of this, just because it's apparently that was like a torture chamber in there, and there's still a couple bodies lying around. It's not the best scenery, so I'll just skip on past that little spot there. Got some nice stuff in there though, but if you're wanting kid-friendly game, don't poke your head in that particular room, even though it would normally be a beautiful place for a house. So. I'll have to find some nice scenery that's nice inside and outside. Oh, I just got a sword out of that thing. That is great. I'm going to stay away from that Argent because he could be bad news. And that pillar of light back there did not look like a real good color. I think that was a white one. Okay, I think we're safe from that Argent. Now, I saw a Doedicurus down here. Oh, there we go. And it's a high level, but it's a male. Probably lower level than the one that I have. So I'm going to keep moving on. We'll see if we see another Doedicurus. But if you need a Doedicurus, these mountains are apparently full of them if you can fly. So, and most people don't tame them quite as early as I did. So you can eventually get up these mountains, but you're just going to have to run past a couple Rexes most likely. Like the one out there. Yeah, I see that guy. Yeah, we're going to stay away from that one. So I'm really happy we found the Doedicurus where we did on that mountain that was slightly safer, even though we did have to fight off a T-Rex in the end anyway. So I guess it wasn't amazing. But episode 21 was when we had that epic Doedicurus tame with a T-Rex fighting us at the same time. So definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. Pretty cool stuff. So I'm going to stop and recharge my stamina. I don't like it to get too low because if your stamina runs out, you just fall out of the sky and you're probably going to get eaten. So what are these guys? Hyenas. Ugh, I hate hyenas. Really, I'm not a big fan. I was hoping they were wolves, which are much more helpful, but nope, just hyenas. So we're getting pretty close to our home. You can see those mountains back there. There's some ice areas, some nice snow. There's some really cool frozen lakes up there, but I'm going to stay where it's nice and warm. Oh, there's that Argent again. Just going to give him some space. So, I guess it's a little too warm. And that is some obsidian, I think. And plant species X. Wow. Don't I feel like an idiot? Okay. So we flew all the way around the coast, and there was one sitting there right above our base this entire time, if I had just checked that out. But I'm glad to have this obsidian. We had a great adventure flying down the coast anyway, so, it was worth it for the experience. But, now I can't fly, I'm too heavy, so I'm gonna drop everything that I can. But I don't want to drop that obsidian. That stuff is actually pretty rare, and we're gonna need it later on for building electrical stuff. So, check out where I am right now. I am just up that mountain, just above where that big plateau juts out, just right at the top of the waterfall that we've always been running around, and that big rock jutting out to the left is what we made our first thatch hut up against. So, we're like maybe a block away from where we've been this entire game, and right up at the top of that mountain on that little plateau is plant species X. It's been waiting for us this whole time. So, if you need plant species X on Ragnarok, just pop right up that little mountain and grab it from there and don't go all the way around the map. So, lesson learned, yeah. But we had fun. We had a great adventure on our first big flight. So, thanks for watching, and I'm just gonna get home and unload this Pteranodon that's so heavy now. Tune in next time, and we'll do some more fun stuff.